So, yeah, I'm on. Yeah, there's another really, really cool. There's multiple, but this one's kind of one of the highlights for me so far. Um, so I went to this
Is,
place, and
is
then I
this a
came back.
positive one?
What was that?
Are you saying this is a positive one?
I mean, it was a mixed bag.
I love it.
Um,
Keep doing.
it was. I don't regret it, but it was absolutely terrifying. And but I got what I signed up for. So, um, so basically, I went back to the site a couple of times, and different weird things happened. Like there was rustling in the tree branches above me and leaves falling down for no apparent reason. Um, and then there was a couple of different experiences, but there was one night where so this is weird. I wasn't sure if I was in a trance or if it was a lucid dream. Either way, it could have led to maybe potentially an abduction experience, or not even an abduction experience, but an experience of missing time. So, gone to bed, woke up 3 in the morning, and there's a bright orange light outside the window. There's two windows in the bedroom, and then my girlfriend, her cat was like staring at it, and I'm just kind of like, I was just kind of really kind of blah or nonchalant.
I'm sorry. I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
Who's staring at this?
Our cat is staring at this orange light. I can see it too. But the
Okay.
cat is really interested in this orange light that's outside of one of the bedroom windows. And I was wondering what that is. Then out of nowhere, this is kind of a funny part of it. This thought comes into my head. Oh, that's just a supernova. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's just a supernova. And then I wanted to check the other window, so I got up, and this is where it got crazy. I walked to the other window that looks out in the front yard. It's the middle of the night. I can see the big tree in the front yard. And, it's crazy, but a 7-foot tall, pure white humanoid walks right past the window. It took maybe a second. The event maybe lasted a second, maybe less. Pure terror, because it was just like what Charles Hall talks about. Your mind doesn't know what it's looking at. And it was like a big, huge inhale. And then next thing I
Right.
know, I'm waking up. It's just like out of a movie or a TV show, jumping out of bed, saying they're here. It's so cliche, but my girlfriend was like, was it real or was it a dream? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking
So,
it could have been real, or could they have these little wand-like pencil tools that alter consciousness and that can put you in a trance? So it could have been the last memory I remembered while I was conscious, or
well,
it
here,
could have been like a lucid dream where they showed me that. But whatever it was, I was allowed to see it.
I think
And
I know.
yeah,
I think I know. I've had this theory for a while now that what if? So the reason, so they used to physically abduct people, right?
it seems as it was
Because
slowed down or dropped off or something. I think I have theories about that too. But yeah,
yeah, we think it dropped off
yeah,
because now they're they're taking us astrally. Well, they don't even have to take our physical body anymore. They take our soul out of our body astrally, and abduct that, and somehow can do things that you know. I don't pretend to understand it. I'm just saying, what if? Because people are talking about this. Like I had this dream, and then I woke up, but I was still in my bed. But back in the day, it was like I saw a light in the sky, and then all of a sudden I was on a table. Right now, it's more like I can't tell if it was a dream or not. Right.
yeah.
So
It was
what if they're
definitely. If it was a dream, it was a perfect recreation of my room. Um, and there was an orange light outside the window. But yeah, like I said, that one's hard to say what
Did you look
exactly.
back at your bed? Did you see? Did you know that the bed was empty? Your body wasn't there.
Well, I don't know if I have that much information because the last thing I remember is seeing the being walk in front of the window, and that was after that everything went blank, and I remember waking up. So it's almost as if that was when memory was cut off,
They
or who
pulled
knows?
Or what if
Yeah.
they pulled your astral essence from your body, right? So you stand up,
Hmm.
right? You see the cat with
Hmm.
the cat staring at this light, and next thing you know, there's a being there to grab your astral form. And I'm, I mean, I'm not trying to fill your head with theories or
Oh,
anything,
that's
but
fine.
I think I think there's a possibility that that is why that and another. Oh, we all have cameras now. Why isn't anyone getting any shots of UFOs? Well, because they know we have cameras,
Well,
right?
also, like I'll also say on that, like sometimes, um, I've got a buddy who did get a footage of an orb, and people they'll just debate it. They'll just say, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's fake." You know, that's
right,
just
right.
unfortunate the
What
way
would
we are
you?
in this age of modern technology. Everything is counterfeit, even if it's not. A lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MH370 stuff.
Yeah, the ongoing saga. Yeah,
I mean, Ashton is. I had him on the show, man. I had him
yeah.
on the
So I
show.
actually saw some of that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I had him on the show. I got ridiculed for
Really?
it, not only for doing it, but for apparently I interjected too many times because I had no idea about the case at
Oh,
all.
got it.
Like I went in blind, and because at that point, not a lot of people were giving him um, screen time.
Mhm.
After my show is when he went on Julian Dory. Then he was on Danny Jones. Like after my show, all of a sudden now he's everywhere, and I'm like,
Yeah,
huh.
yeah.
And it's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I contributed to that because I did reach out to Marvel. I have ties in Hollywood. That's where I started, and I have a good friend who just so happens to be the lead editor for Marvel Studios. And I
Excellent.
sent him
Yeah.
a couple videos. I said, "Could you make this in 4 days?" Because that's the time frame. And he
Yeah.
said, "No, I could not. I could not." Because you have to do research on how government systems look. You'd have to, you'd have to do so much research, and that would take you, a month or two. And then now you start creating you'd have to create two videos that match simultaneously. But apparently the video's been debunked now. I just don't know. Like,
Yeah.
and
Um,
I've asked Ashton to explain what's going on to me, and he
there
just won't.
was there was something with so-called. I'm not an expert on it because it's always changing by day. But there's something about fake cloud assets or something that got the debunk got rebunked, and um, yeah, I
So
don't know
the debunked got debunked.
what got debunked.
So because I remember this, the cloud. They were saying that the cloud formation.
Yeah,
They
they
right.
were saying that was bad, and then they said Ashton and some other. I don't know. It was said that no, that indeed the clouds were fine, but even if I will say, even if the clouds were bad, there's a lot of things on there that are right. At least so it seems.
Uh,
But
super right. Uncannily. Um, right.
yeah.
And I've given it to some military personnel myself, behind closed doors. I asked them come in, take a look at this video. Let me
Hmm.
know. Would you expect to see this? Like, not this video specifically, but are the colors correct? Are the placements of the altimeters and all of that? Is that all correct? And they're like, it looks good. I mean, it looks good. I mean, this is, yeah, it looks good. Whoever did, if it was created by someone who knows what they're doing. Like,
Yeah,
it knows government systems intimately. If it's
and
and then if it's not made up, the implications.
like this is just pontifications on my part, but um, you notice how a lot of the bigger names in the field won't touch it.
They
Like
won't.
Ross Coulthart blocked him. I guess Lou Elizondo's blocked him, which you can speculate on that. But for me, it's almost as if this is ahead of the disclosure wheel if it is real. Like this wasn't supposed to be revealed at this point in the
In the timeline.
timeline.
I
It's like
mean, we
it
all
made me,
know. Listen, cat's out of the bag, right?
yeah,
Saul Foundation clearly have a timeline,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
there's something going on, and I'm privy to some of it. I happen to have friends in high places. And I am now I'm a founding member of the HDA, the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance, founded by Stephen Bassett.
Cool.
So that's actually, this is the first time I'm announcing it. So
Oh, excellent.
I am a founding member, because I come from Hollywood and the UFO side. So, they asked me to be a founding member, and to obviously contribute, right? Like contribute. It's pro bono, right? It's
Yeah.
all my time, or some of my time will be dedicated to it. But the people that are involved with it are, I mean, we're talking top tier people, right? Top tier. And it's amazing. It's incredible. Civilian research. We got the Galileo Project, Saul Foundation, HDA, like all these citizen research groups. I feel like they're going to beat the government to the punch.
No, but yeah, probably maybe they're already on their way.
I think they already have.
Yeah.
Do you think? I'm going to ask you something personally.
Okay.
With the amount of confirmation that you have,
Personally, for me, or just in general?
no. You, with the amount of confirmation that this is real that you personally have,
Mhm.
do you feel bad for other people that can't see, that don't understand, that they're just they're 9 to 5ing it, and they're sheep. I hate to say.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, I think this is going to be one of those things like now, at least most of the world population knows that the world is round. You got your flat earthers, but it's going to be something like, it'll be something like, okay, we got to get used to this reality, and it might be
Very
uncomfortable
quickly.
for some people, but I think you're going to have to roll with it or get rolled over. I think that's just part of life.
Right. It's not like we considered the libraries when the internet was emerging.
Oh yeah. There
Right?
was. I saw some other day. I saw some article from the 1900s saying nobody's gonna early 1900s saying they're not gonna adapt automobiles because people like their horses. They like feeding their horses. They like buying food from their horses, and
They have a
it's just
bond with their horse. Yeah. And then
yeah,
next thing you know, they're test driving a Model T, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that horse can fuck himself. I'm
But
sorry,
yeah,
that horse can himself.
oh, there you go. Yeah. But it's just they were attached to their horse, and people are attached to their figurative horse now, I think. And, or some people just aren't that interested. I've talked to some people that were like, "Oh, that's interesting," but okay, whatever,
It doesn't affect their life like right
Yeah.
now. But all right, here we have catastrophic disclosure
I
as a
think
word
yeah.
as a word that's being like thrown around,
Mhm.
right? And thrown around not in a sense like by the UFO community itself, but by the players, big ones, right? Big
Oh, yeah.
players. We're talking Danny Sheehan, right? Those kind of people
Yeah.
are talking about catastrophic disclosure because of the Schumer amendment being basically
Gutted.
gutted.
Yeah.
Yep. See, we all have the same word. We're all using the same word, gutted. And, Stephen Bassett came on the show. He did oh, this is why this is still a step forward. And I'm like, Steve, I get it. But the fucking thing was gutted. Right? Like, we know it was. Like, if, let me ask you something. And this is you.
Yeah.
If they just decided to reveal themselves tomorrow, do you think that there would be mass panic?
I think it would depend on how it's done.
All right, so I'm going to give you a
hard. It's
scenario.
hard to predict. I mean,
I'm
it's hard.
going to give you a scenario.
Yeah.
Not every major city, but key points in countries, right? We're talking New York City, Washington, D.C., L.A., Hong Kong, Moscow, right? They show up in the key places that they need to be, No, they don't have to show up at Joe Schmo in Kentucky, right?